Hey guys! Welcome to my first video in my Everest Base Camp series. Today we are going to discuss fitness and how to prepare yourself for the Everest Base Camp trek. So there are three main things that we're going to cover: your general fitness, your cardiovascular endurance, and your strength endurance. So let's get on with the video.
Hey, I'm Anna, and I've caught the travel bug. Join me as I explore the world my way.
So first up is fitness. Something it's really important to be aware of when booking your Everest Base Camp trek or preparing for your trek is that you are walking days and days on end. It is a 12 to 14 day trip and it includes rest days, or sometimes they're called acclimatization days. It's important to be aware that these days don't actually mean do no walking, because you do a short hike in these days to climb high, and then you will climb back down and sleep low. And what this means is your body can adjust to the altitude as you're climbing, but it's not putting extra strain on your body when you are returning and sleeping back low. These rest days often follow days where you've done a huge climb and reached maybe 500 to 800 meters in altitude as an increase in your day, so that your body has a chance to adjust to this. And spending that extra night in that same altitude means that you're a lot less likely to develop altitude sickness. Most people can do the Everest Base Camp trek. You just need a basic level of fitness. If you can go out for a day hike, carrying a day pack on your back and walk for 5 to 8 hours without being overly exhausted by the end of it, yes, a little bit tired, but without being overly exhausted, then you probably have a good enough fitness level to begin your training for the Everest Base Camp trek. It's important to be aware that just being able to do a simple day hike at sea level is probably not enough for the trek, but it is a great base to start out at. Climbing at 5,000 meters in altitude has 1/3 of the amount of oxygen available to be used than climbing at sea level. What this means is that your body is having to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard, to get and process the oxygen in your body as you exercise and walk and climb higher. The way to prepare your body for this is to do cardiovascular training. Cardiovascular training involves aerobic fitness. So this means you're getting your blood pumping, your heart's moving, and oxygen is coming around your body. Aerobic training involves things like walking, running, cycling, swimming, canoeing, kayaking. What this means is that your body can learn to process more oxygen at a faster rate, which will make it so much easier when you get higher to altitude, and you will be able to process more oxygen in one single breath. So that means there's less breaths you have to take to get a sufficient amount of oxygen into your body. The other thing to consider on your training regime is strength endurance. A lot of people forget about this one, but it is still very important. And this is because when you return on the downhill, your legs might start to be feeling like jelly and wobbly, and this is when your injuries are most likely to happen. To prevent this, you want to have strong legs, and also it's important to have a strong back and a strong core so that you don't feel the weight of your pack that you're carrying on your back each day. So things like deadlifts and squats, wall sits, push-ups, sit-ups, things like that. So strengthening your legs, your lower back, and your core are the 3 things that you need in order to make the downhill easier and carrying your pack easier. Now on to my favourite ultimate way I prepared for the Everest Base Camp trek, and this included 2 things. First one was drinking lots of water every day. This is because I wanted to get my body used to consuming so much water, because when you're at the Everest Base Camp trek, the more water you consume each day, the less likely you are to get altitude sickness. When you're on the trek, you'll be expected to drink at least 2 to 3 litres of water a day. This means that your body can get used to drinking this much water before the trek, so it's a lot easier to remember to do it when you're on the trek. My second top tip is to climb stairs. Stairs is possibly one of the best ways to prepare for this trip. One reason is because on the Everest Base Camp trek, you will be climbing a lot of stairs. There are stairs almost every single day on the trip, so you need to be able to climb up them, but you also need to be able to climb down them. In my town, we have a whole bunch of stairs. There's about 300 stairs in one go, so almost every second day, I would go up there and I would repeat these 300 stairs 3 times. I started off by just walking up them, and then once I got fitter, I ran up them. Now, stairs are great because not only do they work on your cardiovascular endurance, which we discussed earlier, because they get your blood pumping, your heart going, but they also work on your strength endurance at the same time. And this is because you're working your quads and your calves, which are the 2 main muscles that you need in order to achieve the Everest Base Camp trek. Having these muscles at their absolute strongest is the best way to feel the most comfortable. It'll mean your legs won't feel like jelly on day 3. So that's it, guys. That's everything on how to prepare for the Everest Base Camp trek. They're my top tips, and remember, you don't need to be the top athlete. You just need to have a good level of fitness and prepare 3 to 9 weeks beforehand and building up that strength. Getting used to drinking lots of water and having a good level of fitness. As long as you can cover all those 3 things and tick them off when you hop on that plane to head off to Kathmandu, you are going to be able to have the best trip of your lifetime. You will still be pushed physically, but it won't be impossible, and it will be an incredible journey. I hope you all have an awesome day and enjoy your journey to Nepal.